Where's my daddy on
But really, hats off to everybody who's here first and foremost. It's so beautiful to see, alhamdulillah, people united in a single cause, not by religion, not by colour of our skin, but by humanity. One thing I will say is that we use the word genocide now almost every day in our language. That was never supposed to be the way. Genocide is a word that, it should send shivers down the back of our spines. But unfortunately, genocide has become a word that we use every day now. 50 years from today, maybe somebody will say again, never again. But we will then rinse and repeat and do the same thing again and again. So this is a moment for all brothers and sisters here and around the world to stand up and say no to genocide. Finally, no to genocide. We will not just stand by idly and allow this to happen and not say a word. We just cannot do that. So first and foremost, Hind Rajab symbolizes this genocide. A young girl whose story is now worldwide, who basically was murdered in cold blood. But unfortunately, her story is documented. Her tiny voice is documented in that film that will come out in a few weeks. That film, unfortunately, in most Bollywood movies, we end up with a good storyline where the good guys come at the end and the girl is rescued. There's no good end here with Hind. We're not celebrating anything. We're not showing any happiness for anything. We're here to commemorate Hind Rajab and all the martyrs of Palestine. We're here to remember them all, and we're here to remind Israel and remind all the supporters of the Zionist regime that we will never stop. We will continue. We will continue till our last breath, and we will continue to raise the voice for the oppressed people of this world, and we will never stop. That's our message. The car, basically, installation is inspired by Ustad Ahmed, who's here amongst us. This installation has been going around the country. It carries people's memories and people's thoughts. So all we would say is to encourage people to come forward and sign the car or leave a message on there. Our long-term vision for this installation is that it ends up in a museum as a permanent reminder of war and the effects of war on children in particular. So I would just like to say thank you to everybody. Allah bless you all, and be happy, be grateful that you have a heart. That's why you're here, is because Allah gave you a heart. If He didn't give you a heart, you would be amongst the people who would be just walking by with not a care in the world. So congratulate yourselves and be grateful for that. And thank you for allowing us to come to Manchester today, and thank you for allowing us to be part of you guys today. Thank you.
The fact of the matter is that there will be more Hinds. There will be. As long as Israel exists, we will hear more stories like this again and again and again, as we have heard over the past 77 years of occupation and over a century of foreign colonization. The only solution is to rise up against Israel until Israel exists no more. That is a matter of fact. Ceasefire or not, Palestine is still occupied, and it is commendable and a testament to the power of the Palestinian resistance and the steadfastness of the people that any agreement was reached. But to call this a ceasefire is an absolute farce. It is a joke when Palestinians are still being slaughtered. October the 7th did not exist in a vacuum. The genocide spanning across the last 2 years did not exist in a vacuum. The last 77 years of ethnic cleansing did not exist in a vacuum, and it would be a disgrace to give up the fight for liberation on account of this sham of a ceasefire. There is no such thing as a cessation of oppression and genocide until Israel no longer exists. The Intifada will continue until that day, and my friend will now say a few words to that effect. Long live the Intifada! Globalize the Intifada!
Hello. This week, on the 9th, we marked 38 years since the start of the first Intifada. And that was the uprising of an entire people who moved as one, shaking the ground on which the oppressor stands, and it remains a critical moment in the Palestinian struggle. It reminds us that resistance doesn't belong to any one party or organization, it belongs and stems from the people. And that is why, in the Palestinian history, no matter the political maneuvering that might have corrupted leaders of old, Palestinians always reassert themselves and reinvent resistance according to the needs of the day. And that's how they remain undefeated on their land, alone, throwing rocks at the world's most advanced weapons. And this spirit of Intifada is something we can draw from here in the UK. You might know Intifada means to shake off in Arabic, and there's many things we can shake off, and fear is one of them. If you're afraid to use a term like Intifada, you have been mentally colonized, and you need to chase that little white man in your head and throw him out, because nothing will convince us of Israel's right to rob, its right to murder, its right to occupy, or its right to exist. It's a settler colonial stain that will be remembered like French Algeria or the white-only apartheid regime in South Africa, despicable fossils of racial supremacy, of white supremacy, of the arrogance of the technologically mighty who fail to realize that machines will always be defeated by the masses of humanity. These people give themselves the right to murder your children, but forbid you to speak out in anger. They give themselves the right to kill Hind Rajab with 350 bullets, but forbid you to damage weapons of war. They give themselves the right to make you flee your homeland and then refuse you entry and refuge. They give themselves the right to rape Palestinians in prison, but deny you the right to point out their lies. They give themselves the right to peddle the most Islamophobic nonsense and forbid you the right to disagree with the oppressor because he's Jewish. Have you got any dignity? Have you got any strength in your spine? Then swarm them with your anger and your rage, reject their judgment, shake off their hateful gaze. You're a human. The shredded bodies under the tons of rubble in Gaza are humans too. The imprisoned children in the West Bank are humans too. Do you doubt that? If you don't doubt that, then speak clearly and take action. Because everything ends eventually, and one day the racist media, the IOF, the Israeli lobby, and everyone who aims a weapon at you or the Palestinian people, be it a gun or a lie, a tank or a false narrative, will be nothing but dust. Would you rather be held high in the esteem of a criminal in a suit in some government or media building, or in the eyes of a starving and orphan child in Gaza? The choice is yours, and yours entirely. But let us make it clear, there is no shame, there is no doubt at all, there is not a shred of weakness in our position that Palestine is for the Palestinians, that Gaza deserves life, that resistance is honorable, that the IDF, the IOF deserves what it sows, that the Palestinian struggle is the most noble, the most righteous, and that Palestine will be liberated from sea to river, that its children will walk here in one day unhindered by the arrogant oppressor. There are two sides in this story, that of the oppressive invader and the oppressed native. So take your stand with the oppressed. You're a man, you're a woman. We don't want to sit at their table. We don't want to be in their good books. So let them agitate. Our people in Palestine are taking bullets, and we won't stand for it. They pretend that our anger is illegitimate or not understandable. What reaction do they expect from us? The people of Gaza are defenseless against the most advanced weapons in human history. Bombs of immense power, bombs that topple buildings and penetrate bunkers, are being used directly on the unprotected flesh of a starving people. Don't let anyone downplay this severity. the scale of this catastrophe, of this genocide, this savagery inflicted by who? By Israel on the Palestinians. You're afraid of hurting the feelings, and they're proud of murdering your kin, of raping your people, of destroying life wherever it's found in Palestine. This war, which sees the vilest men covered in armor and armed to the teeth, unleashed on a civilian population with nowhere to go. Death comes from the sky, from the ground, from every direction, from a bullet, a bomb, from shrapnel, starvation, torture, if not death, humiliation in the flimsy flooded tents, in the queues for basic aid, on social media where you beg for donations to indifferent masses, in the depraved prisons where you realize that the entire world is aiming its weapons at you. That is immense pressure. That is titanic pressure which can and does crush people. That is a horror that in 40, 50, 60 years we will still be reckoning with. And they expect us to sit here engaging in polite debate like the slaughter is happening on another plane of reality. Like the sky that today is empty to us is not the same sky that in Gaza is full of F-35s, of drones, of missiles, of RAF spy planes from Cyprus, as if these weapons of steel were not deployed entirely against Gaza's defenseless flesh. Are we going to be satisfied with waving some flags and then going home while there's no limit to the barbarity of our enemies, or are we going to do our duty? Because to be Palestinian is to be under constant attack, and we must help them bear as much of this weight as we can. One of the ways we can do this is to bring with us the Palestinian struggle wherever we go, to normalize it, to say Palestine, decolonization, liberation, intifada, Nakba, to stand firm. We will make noise, enough for the people in Gaza to hear it. The world's people are on your side. This machine which attempts to destroy you, we will destroy it. We will sever it limb from limb, and that's a promise. Free Palestine.
Palestinian political prisoner Khader Adnan was found dead in his prison cell in 2023 after being on hunger strike for 87 days. Khader's martyrdom was by no means an anomaly. He organized 6 hunger strikes and mobilized his comrades whilst trapped in the confines of his oppressors' cells. Palestinian political prisoner Walid Daqqa was murdered by the Zionist regime after 38 years in prison, as he was deliberately denied medical treatment again and again and again for decades. Why? Because he dared to protect and preserve his desire and his people's desire for freedom of their homeland. The occupation forces have always remained threatened by steadfastness of political prisoners, and so they dehumanize those who refuse to surrender, who refuse to submit. And this is why we are witnessing such oppression of our comrades behind British cells, behind the walls of British prisons. And across Britain, the British and Zionist states are cut from the same oppressive cloth. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our comrades who've taken direct action against the blood-soaked ties between Israel and Britain. And we stand with our comrades currently on hunger strike. The British state may starve them of liberty, but they are hungry for justice, and that hunger will only be satiated by a world free of settler colonial poison. Even when others would be drowning in the depths of despair, these actionists, these revolutionaries on British soil look out and beyond to a future of liberation. And not only that, they are willing to fight for it, even if that means sacrificing their own freedoms. Please welcome my comrades who deliver a final speech before we march in honor of the revolution.
Yeah, you alright? Oh, was you doing a video here, yeah?
Yeah.
You're on a live?
I'll probably go live towards the end, or if I'm still here.
Artistic audits, YouTube's top boy, everybody.
How many have we got in the room at the moment?
38.
38. So, yeah, we're here in Manchester. Come on, talk to you.
Yeah, I don't really, well, let's have the conversation, because I had to delete a few comments.
I've got moderators now in mind.
Have you? I had one, but I fell out with him.
6 people
I've
were
got
shot
3.
dead in that march.
I think I've got 3 at the
And in
moment.
resistance,
3 moderators.
Yeah.
I just delete the comments.
On March 30th,
I can't even see them,
1976.
You can just delete them. Yeah, I've deleted a few.
Yeah, but there's too many. It's sort of like.
He wasn't there, so he come overloaded. Yeah, you need a moderator.
In December of 1986.
We're going to march in a minute, innit? Are you staying out for a bit after this one, or you're not just getting off here?
We'll see. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to.
Not doing Manchester, no.
I might walk around after we see what's happening.
See what's happening. Get some content. 24 people in the room. I think.
The first intifada marked the time when Palestinians decided that they will start treating the Zionist occupation as what it truly was. Not only an abnormality, but an abomination. No, they didn't have tanks. No, they didn't have state-of-the-art weaponry. But by God, even if it was through the rocks that they found on the streets, they will stand against the murder of their brothers and sisters, their mothers and fathers, and their sons and daughters. Hassan, T, Omar, John, Amy, Kamran, Heber, and Lewy are currently taking inspiration from the thousands of Palestinian prisoners who have given their bodies by hunger striking to the liberation of their country. They have taken their inspiration from Marwan Barghouti, whose mere existence has inspired such fear in the hearts of the Zionists that they have broken his body any way they can. But his spirit remains so strong that even behind bars, he has united Palestine from West Bank to Gaza. They have taken their inspiration from Dr. Hussam Abu Sufia, who, when the Zionists besieged Kamal Adwan Hospital, he remained there until he was the last man standing. And when the tanks approached, he walked down a road of rubble, one man in his doctor's coat, faced with bombs and tanks, but that man was stronger than any bomb and any tanks that the Zionists could throw at him. They have taken their inspiration from those people. So who should we take our inspiration from?
This guy is waving his flag. Look at it, take a look at it. What are you waving the flag? Why are you doing that?
Being taken.
Why are you doing that?
He was here.
Talk for yourself, dummy. The guy's waving the flag right in me way. Look at this. He's leaning it right over to you. What's the problem? Is he your friend?
And now he's gone. He's
Sorry?
in prison.
Is he your friend?
Our youth are being
I'm not
taken.
sure why.
He's
waving the flag right in me way.
Is that criminal?
Long ago.
Is he any need in it? Is there any need to do it?
Is there any need for you to do it?
Any need me to what? I'm filming. Yeah, I film.
Years ago.
Sorry?
Any need for me to what?
I can't hear you, it's a bit loud here.
So who are we going to take inspiration from? Of course, the first intifada.
Don't put it in my fucking movie.
We must not let what is happening right now to our friends, our brothers, our sisters, we must not let what is happening become normal. Do you know why the first intifada is so important? It is because Palestinians 38 years later, yes, the occupation and their colonization has reached levels of brutality never seen before. Yes, the Zionist state is as brutal as it always was. Yes, but their forefathers in 1986 did not stand down, and we must not stand down. When I look at what is happening,
Antagonizing man.
now,
Idiot.
I
Idiot.
feel truly,
Traitor to his own people.
sad. Anyone from any authoritarian regime will tell you, guys, it started with the first blatant erosion of the human rights of one citizen. And then it was all of us. The state right now is creating a test. It will erase your voices. It will throw your friends and your families behind bars. It will have its boot on your goddamn neck. And at this point, you only have two choices.
Idiot you are.
You
Idiot, man. Look at him.
for that boot
Tell he's got now better to do. Nothing in your life, is there, but to come round waving a fucking flag about.
Or you will stand up. The colonization of Palestine.
No misses, no nothing.
Done by Britain's bombs
Nothing in your life.
and Britain's tanks. And the
Not got a girlfriend,
F-35
not got a wife. You have, you definitely not got a wife. You.
That colonization has now.
But you're a
come
virgin,
inward.
aren't you?
Now it is us.
Definitely a
who are
virgin,
facing
you.
an authoritarian state. Week after week, we march down the streets and we
Take a
want-
look at the virgin, everybody.
we remove the mask of the face of the authorities.
Virgin. See, look at
And
him.
now they have gone masks off.
How he's
What
dressed.
are you going to do? Are you going to sit by and watch as judges are shuffled inside the court of justice? As if they're pawns, as if they're pieces on a chessboard? You're going to sit down and watch that? You're going to sit down and watch as our friends are being put in remand? You're going to sit down and watch that? 38
Wait, don't lead into that. You can't do that. Sort your life out, man. Yo.
Alright,
Alright, mate, how you doing, man? Antagonist, innit? Antagonist.
I saw him, he's like that.
Yeah, what a knob. I said, take a look at the virgin, everybody. You see me like that to him?
Yeah.
We must face them.
Sorry.
You know what's going on, of course.
So you have definitely not got a wife.
Right now, that imperialism outside this border turns to fascism inwards.
It's a good camera, isn't it?
Let us stroll around
You not go sort of that way.
I know, because that's the way I think I've set my lives up. Just this way. I always just film like that.
Change your orientation.
Is that what it is, or how do you do that?
It's on there somewhere, but it's better to do it at the beginning.
Right.
Then you go out and come back in and it's sorted. Yeah, mine anyway.
Do you do that? Go back out, come back in.
Yeah, no, I've never done it when it's been completely like that, but just at the very beginning. That's when I do it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to take a picture?
No, not really. No, I don't want to take a picture. Why did you ask that?
Because you stood there like that.
No, you're just stood there like that.
Well, can I not
I haven't stood there like that.
country in it?
Exactly. Allowed to film. I'm not filming. You're just in my way. Yeah, you're in the way.
Actually, I was here first, so
That's just pathetic, innit? I was there first.
I'm treating you how you deserve to be treated.
Well, how do I do? What do you mean a kid? You're the one that's in childish. I was here first. I know.
You got an issue with that? You got an issue with different colour there?
No. I never said about.
Obviously in the show though,
Without doing something.
it's something that like children do, or teenagers.
That's teenage. That is teenage tactics. That. You're a grow up.
Thank you very much.
I refuse. I freaking refuse.
Boring.
You're the one boring.
Boring.
Just focus on the demonstration. Focus on this instead of us.
Boring.
So why are you focused? Why are you turning around? If we're boring, you move away. Go away then.
No, why should I? You're in my space.
I'm not in here. No way near you. Oh my God, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're in my space. I'm boring. You'll move away then. Bye bye.
We can't stand idly by.
Yeah, away from you.
Anger, we must use
I didn't
it.
touch you.
We must use
I
it.
brushed past you.
Excuse me, sorry. We must be inspired.
Did it bother you in any way?
You did, because you brushed past me and I'm not being
It was a minor, just a stroke.
Sorry, excuse me. It's good manners.
You're excused. What are you excusing me for? What are you excusing you for?
Excuse yourself for brushing past
You're
me.
excusing
I know
me.
where you've been.
I'm joking with you, man.
Utilize that sentiment for us to contribute to that change. We're about to march everyone, but I'll leave you with this parting message, which is لن ننسى ولن نغفر. We will not forget and we will not forgive. المجد للشهداء، النصر للمقاومة، الحرية للأسرى، وتحيا فلسطين من النهر للبحر. Glory to the martyrs, victory to the resistance, freedom to the prisoners, and long live Palestine. We'll be sailing off everyone in one direction.
Mac Media is on the way. Mac Media is on the way.
Is he?
Sideshow Mac, I call him.
I still call you Sideshow Bob. It's easy for me to remember. But do you know what it is though, Sideshow Bob?
Well,
He's a character on The Simpsons.
yeah, I know he is, yeah.
But I don't mean to kind of like put the two
Oh.
together.
Manny TV, what you alright, mate? What you doing alive?
What are you live there?
Yeah.
Go on, lad.
25 people in the room. What? 25 people watching.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's alright.
We're commemorating the first Palestinian Intifada. I want you to say it loud with me. There is only one solution.
If it goes down Market Street, it's going to be mad because of the Christmas market, isn't it?
You won't have it on there, nah.
I don't
I think it'll be down Dean's Gate.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Back in 7 minutes, let's go and grab another coat from the car because these are marching, aren't they?
Yeah.
Supposedly, so. Doing some shit in it. One of them's getting it anyway. I know that much. I wanted Daniel again. Maybe fucking the other one.
So that one's Daniel, is it? That one over
Hey.
there? Daniel over there.
Nah, that's
Manchester to Gaza. Globalize the Globalize the
the both of them. You can get aggressive as well. Train your tiny.
All antagonising cunts.
It's a duty to resist. When you're fighting to exist. It's a duty to resist.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's live. Will it be like that? The screen?
I need to change the orientation.
Prism. That prism line.
Now let's do some
That you can go on sideways with that. Yeah.
You have to like.
Got to change the settings and do some.
It's on here, right?
The Palestinian
Yeah.
version
Yeah, it's on there.
from the river to the
It's
sea.
better on the side, man. You know
We
that.
say,
I just did it straight.
Right, what's that now?
Water to the water.
yeah.
Palestine, Arabian means Palestine is Arab. Now I want you to say it with me.
Mine is Might be off.
Palestine, Arabian.
Phone, is it?
That's 22 Samsung.
Yeah, there it is. Look, Prism Live.
That's that what it's called, yeah.
Prism Live.
You just do it through that.
Yeah, and you can do it on the side like that.
Right.
Someone got me onto it. I've not done it yet, but you can. I know you can.
A lot of YouTubers use it.
Yeah, Prism Live, definitely.
I'm not the best at
Yeah, I am.
Palestine, Arabian. Palestine, Arabian. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the sea to the river. From the sea to the river. From the sea to the river. Now in honor of Hind Rajab